Do you know what faith is?
No.
Because Jesus talked a lot about faith.
I would think if you're asking me that question, then you know that I don't exactly know what it is.
Trust. Faith is trust. He was teaching people how to love. Well, you can't love somebody you don't trust. You won't even like yourself if you don't trust yourself. If you don't think you're a trustworthy person. So, like that's why you pay attention to what do you do when nobody is looking. Because you're the one who's going to make a judgment on yourself about that. Right? So
Yeah.
you definitely want to be able to trust yourself, and you want to be a trustworthy person because you want to feel like you're lovable. You won't think you're lovable if you don't trust you. And if somebody does love you, you'll question their motives. You'll question their discernment, their judgment. Something must be wrong with them to love me because I'm not a lovable person. Because I have judged myself to not be a lovable person. That's why Jesus taught about don't let the right hand know what the left hand is doing or vice versa. Like you're not doing the things that you do. Make it be the same things you do when nobody's looking. Because you're judging that.
Oh.
And you've got to live with you 24/7. You don't get a break from you. Right? He was just teaching people how to love, how to be loved and how to love, how to give and how to receive. Because you can't have one without the other.
Right.
If you only give, but you won't receive, then you're lacking trust. Right? And then you're self-sufficient. And then you can't love other people if you think you're self-sufficient. If you've got to be all that, again, that's back to pride. If you've got to be all that in order to think like, and you can't receive in order for you to think you're worthy, then there's a bigger problem already. There's a bigger problem in what you think about you. But the one thing that I didn't add to, that's one of he was teaching people how to love. That's one of the things in being able to love is you've got to trust. Think about how much it hurts your feelings. Like if somebody that knows you, that really, really knows you, and they say, "Did you steal from me?" It crushes you.
Oh, yeah.
What? You don't trust me? That hurts. Think about the opposite of that. When somebody believes in you even when you don't believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And you feel like, wow, they believe in me. Right? He was just teaching people how to love. Faith is trust. That's what it is. If you have faith in God, that means you have expectations, you have hope.
Yeah.
Right? Trust, hope, faith all go together. It's all the same.
Okay.
Which is a part of love. He really just wants everybody to stay in a state of love. He said, bring your problems to me. Like, take on my yoke. It's easy. It's easy. My burden is light. Like, don't worry. Don't be afraid. He constantly said, do not fear. Do not fear. Do not fear. Have faith. Trust. Like, he wanted us all to be able to be in a state of love and appreciation and have the fruits of the Spirit instead of going into fear and hopelessness and depression and despair and all of those things that are in that lower part of the mind. That's it. Your phone's ringing.